Hey guys, it is Superblocky and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And before I start giving you a tour of this build that you can see in front of you, I would like to give credit to someone called, which I've mentioned many times, Rock Crib, and he's now called Zom27, and someone called Tortilla3, who both contributed their part into this build. Now, this is a Mortal Engines murder mystery map. Now, Mortal Engines is a famous quadret by the author Philip Reeve, and this is not a way of copying it or taking his idea. This is just very simply a tribute. And this is the Tank of London, which is rolling about the worlds of Mortal Engines. Now, we're going to start with the very bottom, which is kind of called the Deep Gut. And just saying, if you are planning on reading it and do not want any spoilers, please turn away and go watch another video. Thank you. Now, down in the Deep Gut is where all the engineers work, and you can see here, all the sweaty places they would just live in. And it's really, really grim, actually, with loads of furnaces and just plain up parts. And this is kind of where they do all their dirty, disgusting experiments. Now, here is basically where they would as you can see, the teeth of the tank, they would chew up other smaller cities, and then they break them apart in here. And this is called the gut, and this is where they pretty much control everything. And you can see everything is here, including the railings, but once we get up, I believe it is a 6th tier. Now, 6th tier is for people who can't really afford any kind of lower class or who can't this is like a lower class place. And it's got some really small, unstylish buildings, and that's pretty much it. So on to tier 5. Now, tier 5 is kind of quite a small tier, and it has a couple more unstylish buildings, plus a small kind of bell tower, and it's pretty much not that special. So, on to tier 4. Now, tier 4 is actually rather important, and it faces a place with a couple of restaurants and other odd, fairly fancy houses. Now, and as we're going to reach on, this is tier 3, and now this is a very, very, very important tier in the whole story. And this is where Tom, the main character, would live, and he basically would stay here, and this is the museum, which we've filled with many different things. And here is where Zom27 created the world's greatest barrel. And apparently he crafts stuff as well. But anyway, and we have loads of other odd kind of things, which are all kept here, and then there's other... Oh. Well, somebody's dabbing. And yeah, this is where Tom would live. And there are a couple more houses, but then it's tier 2 where stuff starts to get really, 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 really fancy. Now, tier 2 contains the airport here, which I might have actually got my facts wrong from the book. It's been a short while. And here is everything. And we would see some very, very, very fancy building. And this is built by Tortilla3, as I say. And this one is also built by Tortilla3. And he's left his little mark there by saying Tortilla3's house. Now, tier 1 is where a very horrible man called Thaddeus Valentine lives. And he plays an important part in the story, and his villa is over there. And then we also have someone called Nancy, who lives here. But here is basically where the randomizer for the murder mystery thing is here. And this is like the, as a little reference to somebody's ship, which is really, really important in this story. We have the Jenny Hanover, and it has whether you're good or bad, and this is like simple murder. Okay, what did I get? I got good. And it would kind of be quite interesting if you were to live above the Jenny Hanover, if I were to say. Now, top tier. We're basically really broken down, really fixed up. St. Paul's over here, where Medusa would have been. This is the engineering, where all the engineers actually plot everything. And this is the town hall, I guess. Now, overall, this will make for a murder mystery map, and hopefully I will make a video on actually playing it sometime in the future. Now, I hope you really have enjoyed this build, so make sure to leave a like, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys!